the name of the game.
To retro.
Mhm.
My lawyer sucks. You cut your thumb? No, I cut my phone. My lawyer sucks. What is happening, even?
Hmm?
Bang. What happened with the new update, Swift80? I'm reading through the file of an old court case. What is this theme? Oh, I remember. He looks sad. Maybe he didn't do it.
He kidnapped the murder.
What's the point of murdering somebody if you're gonna kidnap them, huh? Sounds a little bit
Oh yeah, true.
suspicious.
The Phoenix, right, got like into an accident.
I don't know. What's with that blood bag IV thing? Is that for
Oh,
him?
yeah.
It doesn't look like it's connected to him though.
So he's definitely in the hospital.
6 years earlier, Mia Fey, first trial.
First trial? Huh. All right, take
February
care,
16th. That's today. What the hell?
Hey.
It's crazy. Ugh, I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm gonna die. Ugh. I never should have accepted this case. I look, you want to sleep, but Gio should be on her way home. You should at least greet her, right? Be like, hello, dinner, bath, or me. Good night. Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. Yeah, like, what the fuck? What is he gonna do? He's holding a fucking ball and chain. What is he gonna do to you? I didn't do nothing. I swear, I didn't kill nobody. Terry Falls, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now, prison escapee. What did you escape, anyway? Eek. I'm sorry. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I mean, if you're sentenced to death, is it really wrong to want to escape? Because not
No.
escaping just means you fucking die. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. Okay, well that's not true. But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry.
Can
I
we
totally
just say,
lie.
Mugi, that
Huh?
if this is Maya Fey's first trial, and this guy... This is like the hardest first trial you could ever imagine. Like, you have to, like, present an inmate.
Who's holding a fucking ball and chain.
Oh my god.
Aren't those supposed to be too heavy for you to, like, run away with? Isn't that the point? Or is it supposed to slow you down? I guess it's to slow you down. If I was tied up like that, I'd be like, sorry, it's too heavy. I can't move. You're gonna have to take me. Like, you're gonna have to carry me everywhere.
10 to 30 pounds.
10
That's
to
how much
30?
it weighs.
Damn.
Mhm.
I guess that's not that heavy.
It's pretty heavy, yeah. It's not that
Sorry,
heavy.
but you're on death row, right? I'm really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked to tell you. Huh? That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it. I didn't kill her. Wait. Huh. Oh, okay. The person who prosecuted. I was like, wait, if she lied, how is she dead if she... A policewoman was murdered before the police could capture him. Oh. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped.
Oh,
So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive, it's true.
he's very scary when he's like this.
It's fucking Godot!
Oh, it is Godot.
You're not gonna figure out the truth just by staring at the guy. Why are you here? I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the scary lion's den. Wait, so then he's a fucking liar, because he said that was his first time prosecuting. But if he's here, if he's gonna be the other judge, then that would mean that wasn't his first case.
Is he prosecuting?
I don't know, actually. Yes, because he just said, I think, where's Mr. Grossberg? Ha, that old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough after all? It's me, Diego Armando. Huh?
Diego
The finest
Armando.
attorney at Grossberg Law Offices. Wait, he's an
He's a defense attorney.
Yeah. No, you've got it all wrong. Today you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine, an escaped death row convict for a first client.
What I'm saying.
Relax, I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really?
Huh?
However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since the beginning of his law career. Well, it's about time to head in. I'm not gonna... Sharpen those claws of yours, it's go time.
He's too charismatic.
Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. Oh, it's Edgeworth.
Hey, wait, this is his first trial too?
What the fuck? I understand the lawyers from both sides are newcomers. It's Edgeworth's first case?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he meant by fresh out of diapers. He didn't mean... I thought he meant, like, because Grossberg isn't here, right? So when he said fresh out of diapers, I thought he meant that the prosecutor that was supposed to show up was also away. But what he meant is that he's a newcomer. He's fresh out of wearing, in the period where he is wearing diapers. I understand. So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? I saw you joined the prosecutor's office at quite early, 20. Would you stop calling people kittens? He's losing all his street cred.
I don't think kitten was used often, like, at that time. You know, like, as cringy as it was before.
The defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls is responsible. Wait, but what's the point? If he's on death row, and, like, okay, maybe he did or didn't do another crime, but if he's on death row, then he's being sentenced to death regardless, right?
He also mentioned that he didn't do it. That's why he's going to death row, because somebody lied. I don't know.
But you can't retry that part, so he's still going to death row, even if we get him off on killing this person.
Being accused for the second time successfully is gonna suck.
I'm confused. If we're trying somebody who's already going to death row, then, like, what is the point of this trial? For practice? Like, Sorry,
no. They're trying to get you out of death row.
Well, no, he said that this case isn't for him escaping prison, it's to see if he murdered that policewoman. But that's, like, after the death row thing happened.
We'll
right?
see, too. Maybe they'll give more information.
That's true, that's true. His crimes are kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge is only 14 years old, so that couldn't have been the policewoman. Right?
He almost did the whatchamacallit, the grab on the shoulder like his mentor. Yeah, that one.
She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. The victim, the same woman that was killed 2 days ago.
Damn, he really does look young here.
So the woman... I see. The woman who said that he's the one that threw the victim is the one that is now dead. It's quite obvious the defendant is guilty. What the fuck? We haven't even told you. Huh? You at least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word of choice. Huh? Or your tone of voice.
Oh.
Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. You're younger than us. He's fucking sitting here sucking the judge's toes. Fuck off, Edgeworth.
He really is Von Karma.
Oh, hi, Gumshoe.
He also
Green,
looks younger.
green suits him a lot better. No, he looks exactly the same.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of dig this cream color.
I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago.
Is this his first?
I don't believe
Oh,
anyone
no.
asked you about that. Damn, she hit him with the who the fuck asked.
Hey, come
Hey,
on.
ma'am. You got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? No, seriously. My heart is aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache.
Oof.
Okay, I got it.
No, look, he has like less peach fuzz or goatee.
Really?
Yeah, he has like less strands of hair. Here, I'll check it out.
Yeah. Give me a screen. I'm gonna need some evidence. Look at the court
Got it.
record. Because it looks exactly the same to me.
Ooh.
26? He looks way older!
Never mind, he looks the same. You're right, he looks the same.
He's 26. He looks middle-aged. What the fuck? Yes, sir, right away. Well, I guess it's because he looks exactly the same is why he looks so much older. This was 6 years ago. That means the Gumshoe that we know now is 32, which makes more sense. You haven't aged a bit. Actually, yeah, you haven't aged a bit, Gumshoe. She was stabbed in the back with a knife. The map.
That makes no sense.
Okay, so here's a problem, right? Oh, I don't have the court record thingy yet.
That sounds illogical. Stabbing her in the back and still carrying her?
Okay, so what also doesn't make sense is if you look at the bridge, it looks like it's fucking busted. Like you can't actually like if he stabbed her in the back and took her to the police car, what was the point of going to the bridge, right? Like if he was trying to get to the car and they were going to it from the other side, wouldn't he have had to jump that bridge? But I don't think jumping that bridge is possible with a person and the fucking ball and chain.
Right.
And then, I guess, yeah, it doesn't make sense to stab her. And then, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. No traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr.
Huh?
Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there's no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. I'm not sure I like you, wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony. Huh? I did not read that quick enough. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to the Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. That's where she was brutally murdered. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge.
Back when he was straight.
You're gonna make me spill my coffee.
It
I'm
is
not
Godot.
trembling. I told you. I mean, listen, I'll take this over. At least he's not talking about his fucking hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
Does everybody at Grossberg wear red? Except Mia, I guess. Just remember this court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching.
Dude.
Where the fuck did he get the car? What do you mean his car trunk? Oh, he does know who the person is. Then why don't you fucking say it? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant? The defendant called her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. Top secret memo. Ah. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant. Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. Oh, what? What? That doesn't make sense? What do you mean? No, is that the whole point of asking a question? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. Besides, if we didn't ask, we would have gotten this note. Terry Falls, 4:30 p.m. That bridge. Wear a white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahila. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out.
Dahila? Isn't that the crazy bitch in the first case?
Honestly, yeah, I don't even remember. Dahila.
Maybe
Wasn't
it's
it
just
also?
related.
Wait, wasn't it also Hawthorne? Wasn't it Dahila Hawthorne? No, it was. Huh? I don't even remember honestly. Sergeant Hawthorne went to the Dusky Bridge at a designated time. So was it 4:30? 4:30 p.m. Well, I can ask this because I know the answer to it. It's a very important place that a defendant. That's why. What do you mean by that? 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto the bridge. It was there they killed his hostage. And the place where all of this occurred is Dusky Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. We even got to say, don't move, we've got you surrounded.
The location was supposed. Yeah.
She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls. but she left a note about it. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. Mr. Falls had a car then? Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What, you mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. The knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. Okay, so she died of blood loss, but there's no blood in the trunk. Here's the photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange, do you? I do. So this is where... Wow, what the fuck? Okay, this... When we first started this testimony, we only had like 4 lines, and now there's like fucking 6. So this is definitely where we get them, but I haven't cross-examined this line yet. We set up that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. We figured out Mr. Falls might just try to run. What do you mean it's too close for comfort? The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30. If it takes 30 minutes to get from the bridge to the checkpoint... Oh, that means they almost didn't catch him. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. What did the defendant have to say about this photo? What he always says, ma'am. I didn't do it. I didn't do nothing. That's all he says. Nuttin'? I wouldn't say he did nuttin'. At the very least, we know he stole a car. It's just what he always says, Your Honor. And then he always says... Sorry, I told a little lie. Or something like that.
What?
What do you man, we didn't get anything for this one.
This is a pretty... I have nothing yet, Spooky.
Well, isn't it obvious there should be blood in the car?
Yes.
If she died of blood loss? A photo. I don't see anything strange. Do you? Yeah, like, where's the blood? A photo of the trunk of Mr. Falls' car.
Do you just show the photo?
How is she die? Like, I don't see any blood anywhere. She was stabbed in the back. This knife is conveniently not in her back right now. Let's look at the bridge. Wait, hold on. I mean, I don't understand how they even met. Where's her car? Did she walk there? They asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to the bridge at the time. That's where she was murdered. She walked there? The criminal stuffed her body to make a getaway. Here's the photo. Mr. Falls is arrested. Stabbed with a knife in the back, died from blood loss. Bridge is located 40 feet above the river. Wear a white scarf for identification. She doesn't have the scarf? I mean, that's one contradiction, I guess. I don't see a scarf. I mean, that's all I got now. Is just the scarf.
Don't forget to save.
Sure. Witness. ... What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Want a piece of my coffee candy? Sure. Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Come on. Shake it off, Mia. You're a lawyer. Detective. Yes, ma'am? This photo. You said there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. Okay, I have a problem with this trial. This evidence is like... This is not, like... saying, oh, she wasn't wearing the scarf. Who cares? She could have just said, I'm gonna meet you, but I'm not wearing the scarf. Why is this like a gotcha? I don't get that. What do you think?
To be honestly, it might be because like, what does the note say about the scarf?
Okay, so here's the note from Falls to the police. Falls, 4:30 p.m. That bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Talk to Tehila. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. This is him calling her. He called her. So this note is the call. What happened during the call, right? So the victim, she wrote this, that Falls called her, meet at 4 p.m., told her to wear a white scarf. She's not wearing the scarf in the photo, and that's what we're pointing out. But,
So
like...
maybe the note was for somebody else, since she's not wearing a white scarf. Like, whoever's wearing the white scarf, that's what the note was for.
Yeah, but I just don't understand. Even if the note wasn't for the police officer, right? Let's say he tried to call somebody else and say, hey, wear this white scarf. The fact that the victim is not wearing a white scarf in this photo means nothing. Like, why would that matter?
I suppose.
Couldn't Edgeworth just say, well, she was gonna arrest him, right? He's already wanted, so she could just choose to not wear the scarf. It very clearly says wear white scarf for identification. Like, okay, why would she listen to a convict's demands? I feel like what you should present here is the fact that there's no blood in the trunk. That should be the obvious answer. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus this special request. I have one very simple detective for you. One question for you, detective. Where's the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. Yeah, okay. Maybe it's behind her. Maybe it got lost in a scuffle. I don't know. She got stabbed in the back. Maybe he took her scarf.
Don't forget, this is Mia's first trial, so stuff might not matter.
And you stopped there? You should have looked for it.
Okay.
Oh, man. The white scarf is what we, for the last case in the first game, there was a white scarf that was missing. It was in, like, the pipe or something. I got a detective question. That was just, that was just me RPing as Mia, because, you know, we're new, so we're mixing our words around. The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? Sigh, I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you're searching for, is it this one, perhaps? Perchance? You can't just say perchance. Also, that one's blue. Where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first, and decided to conduct my own investigation.
He can't tamper with evidence.
I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. Huh, that hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white, as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough. That's so... It didn't even matter. It didn't even matter at the end. Like, oh, yeah, it's just a scarf. Looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day.
I agree with you, Yatsumugi. I don't think it matters.
What really truly matters should be if she died of blood loss. She lost so much blood that she died, but there's none in the trunk. And we already know that the timing between him meeting at the bridge, they said very specifically, right? It's 30 minutes from the bridge to the checkpoint where they arrested him. And it was so close for comfort, they almost didn't actually catch him. What that means is, if he stabbed her, he would have had to have stabbed her, put her in the trunk, and immediately started driving, right? Because if there was, like, any delay, they wouldn't have caught him. They caught him right at 5. So she dies of blood loss and there's no blood in the trunk. Okay. Like, it doesn't make any sense. If the attorney for the defense has finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? Boy, I would like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck. If we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf. The victim. Just say victim. Gumshoe. It was drizzling that day. It's hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. But he's in front of her in that photo, so that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
That must have been when the scarf fell off. See, this is why I said, like, bringing up the scarf is so stupid. Because it could have fallen off. Freaking game. I'm just too good for this game, Snot Guy. That's what it is. You really get the sense this bridge is very high up. It's about a 40-foot drop. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say it was a well-intentioned third party. Aha, potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify.
Delicate.
If you shoved her, she would have fallen off here. So if you look at the crime photo, not that one. If you look at this photo, I'm pretty sure she's facing the way that, like, if he pushes her, she falls off the bridge, right?
Yes.
I just don't feel like he could have stabbed her. And if he pushed her, then she would have just fallen off the bridge.
The bridge would be a little bit too unstable, so that makes no sense. If a person
We
we
also don't see him holding a knife. Unless he's just holding that with one fucking, like, hand. Like, how does somebody with a ball and chain get behind her and stab her, right?
You're wielding 30 pounds worth of weight in one hand. Very uncomfortable, by the way. It's not like a dumbbell.
I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean, Events on Dusky Bridge. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. Who is this eyewitness? She's a college student. Oh, yeah, it is Tahila Hawthorne. That's right, meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements. That's all. What is that supposed to mean? The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on a vague testimony of a female college student. You absolutely must hear her testimony. You'll have to give us a good reason why. Please tell us more about the more decisive evidence in question. This photo was accidentally taken by the victim. It shows the victim wearing the scarf. The victim was wearing a scarf in that photo, all right. So about the witness who took this photo. What was this person doing all the way in the mountains? She was taking photos of wild flowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's simply because of the spirits that live there. Now that you mention it, in this photo, this cloudy fog-like thing, is it a ghost? I don't believe it! Huh? Where? No, Your Honor, I don't think it's a ghost. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Drizzling, huh? That's right, there was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now, haha. Looks like a cold front just moved in. Okay, wait a minute. Does she look wet here?
Oh, fuck. That's a good observation.
In any case, the point is that in the area, the area is quite damp. There is even some fog. She's also missing the hat. I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something.
Yeah, no, that if she were to be pushed, she will, like, no matter what, fall off the bridge. Bridge is unstable and it's very slippery.
Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. I don't even know what that word is. The fuck? Brutal? I've never seen that word before. Brutal.
Brutal. With a T or a D?
It showed me a fucking dog. Snakai, look at this.
It showed me a dog, yeah.
The fuck?
It looks like Lulu.
Oh, wrong channel. Brutal. What is that? It's so cute. What the hell? Man, dogs are so cute.
To allow a child sufficient time to fully awake. I googled it.
Huh. You're talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and all the way he said brutal. I wonder if he's Canadian.
Huh?
I have no idea what they're talking about.
Oh, so he meant to say brutal, but he has an accent.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
There was a struggle between the criminal and the victim. That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf, but from what she said, she sounded like a pretty violent fight. The area was wet. The bridge was probably wet too, which would explain why the scarf was covered in mud. But there's something about this testimony that's still bothering me. So the little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, then that means somewhere hidden in that testimony is a contradiction. I'm tired of them talking about, like, find a contradiction. They never have anything useful to say. But anyway, we know that, like, that photo is now a problem, because if it was raining, and her scarf got muddy, there's two things. Her clothes are not wet, her clothes are not muddy after she fell, and her hat isn't even there.
Yeah, because even on the picture, her dress is, like, darker, or outfit is darker, which implies that it's wet. But on the photo with the trunk, it's just like no signs of dampness.
Also, this one has the most contradictions in it. The victim, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. There's two things wrong with this. So this is what we probably present. Because one, she's literally facing him here. Two, he stabs her in the back. So, like, there's two things wrong with this photo. Not to mention she's missing the hat. So there's like three things wrong with this photo. I think showing the crime, honestly, I don't even want to show this fucking photo anymore, because even though there's like a million things we can point out, we already got burned for it once. So I'd rather just show the crime photo that they just now presented to us.
Yeah, do that.
This evidence establishes that the defendant is lying, right? Don't ask me to confirm your facts. Sorry, this is my first time handling a case. Well, let's make it a memorable occasion with a penalty. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. What? That must have been when the white scarf fell off. What the fuck? What is it? Huh? That's so fucked. What do you mean? The criminal shoved the victim down from behind. Did they not even look at the photo? He's got the ball and chain right now. Huh? I guess we can present the bridge and be like, well, if you pushed her, wouldn't she have fallen off? Nope.
Again, there should be blood on her, right?
Mm-hmm.
If she's stabbed. Well, that's not gonna matter. Well, maybe.
I wonder if we can present the crime photo here. No. So I wanted to present the bridge because it's like, okay, if you look at the bridge, she's wearing a hat here. And so I wanted to show the crime photo that shows her not wearing a hat here. But that also is not working.
Reload the save.
So
Just
then,
because of, yeah.
I hate it when there's multiple contradictions, but like you just have to pin which one. I guess this one, it was drizzling that day, it's hard to see what's going on.
Well, the most contradictions, I believe you're right about the whole shoving thing.
The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have
That's
been
what
the
I feel like something's wrong with there.
This one?
No. The shoving part. Yeah. Maybe you could present it with something else. All I could say that because
You know what?
like,
I
there's
wish
two
this thing had the criminal and the victim on it, like it did when they first showed it to us. When they first showed it to us, it showed the killer standing on the left, and it showed the victim standing to the right, which begs the question: why the fuck would the victim be on that side of the bridge, where like behind her is clearly like a pitfall, right? It just doesn't make sense. Okay, so showing the bridge gets us nowhere. It shows the victim wearing the scarf. It was drizzling. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back.
Oh wait, whoa! Hey! Can I see the alright, both witness photo and the trunk?
Yeah.
I want to see if they're wearing the same dress.
They are.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same dress, just one doesn't have the scarf, but she's not wearing the hat. I mean, she's also dry as fuck.
Maybe that's the evidence?
It's the same thing as the blood, though. She should be fucking covered in blood. So many things wrong. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Are you kidding me?
Was it a crime photo?
It's not guy. We presented this. We presented this photo when it mentioned the drizzling rain, and we presented it in the fourth line where it says that she was pushed and stabbed. Because I figured, okay, well, if she was pushed and stabbed and her scarf was muddy, her coat should be muddy, her coat should be wet. But for both of those statements, it didn't give us anything. You had to present this photo where it says, yeah, her scarf must have fallen off there. Which is like the weirdest fucking line to present this on. At the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down. Yeah, and fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere. Why the scarf line? That is the weirdest line to present that on. It doesn't make sense. I presented it during the drizzle line, and it didn't give it to me. And I presented it on the she got pushed down from behind and stabbed line.
You posted. I thought you did the photo that the witness took. I didn't see you do this photo.
This photo here?
Yeah, the photo that you just presented.
I presented
now.
this photo.
The crime photo? Because I did see you presented the other photo.
I think I presented both photos. Yeah, I presented this one. Maybe that was the problem. This is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Consider the contradictions at the scene of the crime. Something isn't right. Please enlighten us. What is it about this photo that doesn't fit? Okay, well, I mean, either the hat or
the scarf.
Ugh.
I mean, they seem to be like very wedged into that, but maybe it's just a hat.
We already brought the scarf up, right? Let's just point at the head. Fuck it. There's no hat. Oh my god. Seems that Mrs. Faye could use the trunk herself. What?
Oh, wait, no. the coat, they were mentioning that it's not wet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? Couldn't you also mention that, like, her head is like not wet? Like her hair there is like not soggy at all. If the victim had really fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the fronts of her coat should have been covered in mud. I'm leaving. Fucked up. This trail is fucked up, Snack Eye.
Well, you got the right answer before. Yeah.
That doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. Yeah, that's like, it's so fucking stupid. The only reason, like, okay, if the scarf fell off and fell into the river, it could be muddy. Her falling onto the bridge doesn't mean that her coat would have gotten muddy. Because the fucking bridge is wet. So there could be no mud on that bridge, especially if nobody uses it. If your honor had fallen into the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard, right? What the fuck would be wet but not muddy? Oh, he's just sucking up to the judge. Can you prove the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The surface of the bridge, huh? Huh.
Oh.
What the fuck? I have to prove that the bridge was muddy? What? I guess by looking at the scarf then, I guess. But then you can just say the scarf fell into the river. Here's the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. The evidence is the scarf. I'm sorry. I think this is worse than Big Top Circus. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy... Edgeworth did not tell us where he found the scarf, did he?
Nope.
The bridge is obviously covered in mud. Urgh, no, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Damn, dude, what?
Holy shit!
Hey, same to you, buddy.
Okay.
What the fuck? What? Mrs. Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. Why is there a contradiction between the scarf and the coat? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at the explanation in this case. Okay. Ha. You're doing pretty well for a little kitten. Mr. Armando. No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim. Was it not still raining? How come this photo doesn't show rain?
Oh, hey, you're right.
These photos had to have been taken at different times. Because if it's raining in this photo, like, look at this photo, look at how much rain is in this photo, right? She took a photo, and everything is soaked. Like, completely soaked. Like, you can't take this photo without there being rain in the photo, right? But then here, there's not a single drop of rain anywhere in this photo.
Yeah, even the car would have showed some drips, you know?
Yeah, some water on the fucking, like, windshield.
This isn't a different time. You're right, Yatsumugi. Huh.
The false evidence is one of those three. The court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know? Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into the court. That's true. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is.
Plus,
The false evidence in this case is... the body in the trunk, the witness's photo. Okay, so the witness's photo is this one.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think this photo is necessarily false, because there's nothing wrong with this particular photo, right? Like, it's like, okay, they're meeting, she's got the scarf. Like, what can we point out that's a contradiction in that photo? Really nothing, because it doesn't show her being pushed. It doesn't show anything wrong. So it could be the witness's testimony saying that she pushed her from behind, because, like, if I go with the body in the trunk, I feel like we're just gonna fall into the same fucking pitfall we keep falling into. Because it's like, there's no problem with the body in the trunk. The problem is, like, what is on the body itself, right?
Right.
So wouldn't it just be the testimony saying that he pushed her when they're clearly facing each other? Like, that's gotta be it.
I agree. I think it might be the testimony.
She's also not even trying to come in to testify. Save? Oh, no. No. We don't need to save. You know what's funny? Last case, we played the entire case without getting anything wrong on the actual trial itself. We only fucked up, like, some of the, like, the stupid little, psych locks thing. But the actual trial, we got perfect. Like, we didn't fuck up a single time. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, in that testimony, exactly what... Is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah. That's what the witness told us.
Okay, yeah, that is bullshit.
The victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. It's not just true, it's the truth. If there's truly a decisive... So here's the thing, right? If she was pushed from behind, that means she would have fallen forward on her stomach, which means there would have been mud on her coat, same with the scarf. The defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. It appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. Sigh. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. What does he mean by the brutal truth? It's what was in the note. Let's proceed with the testimony. Look, see, this is the brutal truth. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Dahila. Witness, what is your name and occupation? Yeah, it's Tahila Hawthorne.
Oh my god.
They had to fucking use her sprite again, I guess. This is so dumb. Wait, why doesn't Mia remember her? What the fuck?
This is her first trial.
But wouldn't she remember her in the second one then with Phoenix?
Yeah, she did.
She did?
She 100% did. She had a grudge with her.
Ah.
Something with the boyfriend. That's all.
Oh. When I look at you, how can I put it? She's ugly as shit. You look as scrumptious as a double-double in a dozen donut holes.
She looks like a bug.
A double? What's a double-double? A double-double in a dozen donut holes.
I think double-double's a burger.
That's what I think of, yeah. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a... Ew, dude, what the fuck? That's disgusting.
Bro.
She's fucking hideous. This witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you could learn a lot from this man.
Oh, come on.
Sir? Yes, my dear? This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Not at all, it's no trouble at all. Now then, maybe please have your name and occupation. My name is, Melissa Foster. That's not her name. She's already lying about her name.
She's already lying. What the fuck?
Valerie Hawthorne. Huh. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. You were the one that took this photo? Is this accurate? Wow, how can you be so mean? Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that? Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like something dangerous. Next time, I'll be forced to penalize you. Uh-oh, I don't like the turn this is taking. Is she staring at me? And you would be? I am the one who knocks. I see. So you are Walter White. Say my name. Heisenberg, you're goddamn right.
What was that
Look
stare
at
down
this
for?
photograph. I was using my camera to take some pictures. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. Wait, how is that the crucial moment? You took a photo of them standing.
I think that's the... That's
By the way,
contradiction, right?
where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here. I was standing right here. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. What a cute camera, just like its owner. Make the witness cry again, and you'll face the wrath of my gavel.
Whew. You only got one chance. But I believe. I believe.
The mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come. I couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly. What the fuck? Was there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl. I know I am. It looked like they were having really serious conversation up there, so I decided to watch them, like some kind of peeping Tom. No, everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place.
Ah.
Suddenly, they just started fighting. This entire case is laden with holes on the game's end. Yeah, honestly, I've got mixed feelings. I mean, I like that we went straight to the trial. I appreciate that. That's what I've wanted for a while. But, like, I don't... Forgive me if I feel like I'm right to feel like the game has been fucking me. Because there's just so many contradictions you can point out. And it feels like they didn't account for that. Like, the scarf is bogus. Edgeworth could have found the scarf on the fucking... in the river, you know? Like, the fact that she's not wearing it, the fact that it's muddy... We're asking her if she overheard what they said, by the way. I would never eavesdrop. I've got more class than that. Uh-oh, she's crying. That's right, Miss Faye, don't drag the witness down to your level. Grr. Wow, wait, that's exactly what happened.
The first trial.
That exact line is, like, word for word. I hurried and took the photo. Why did you take a photo? Well, the two of them are really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me just kind of took over. Really? And that's why you were in the literature club? Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on. Right after that, I called the police. So then what time did you call the police? Also, like, if you look at this crime photo, or no, the bridge, if she's here, oh, I can't point. If she is where she says she is, that cliff is blocking her view of the bridge.
That's correct.
Like, how do you take a photo?
Like, you could clearly see that huge shadow leaning over where she is standing.
If she was standing, like, further across, the photo would have basically cut. Also, another problem with that, if you look at this photo, right? I'm sorry, not this photo. Look at this photo. What is that on the left?
A tree?
I think it's the cliff side.
Oh,
It's
okay.
either the cliff side or, like, a post on the bridge. So, like...
Can I look at the map again?
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. You're right. It has to be the post sign.
So, okay, looking at that, if you look at the angle, that means the only photo she could have taken would have been the very center of the bridge, right? That's the only angle she has, is taking a photo. Like, look at that line going across the suspension bridge, that little rope, right? That should be her POV. And if that's her POV, what should be shown on the photo is the missing part of the bridge. But it's not in this photo. In fact, I don't even see the part that ties to the bridge. So, like, the POV's way off here. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Maybe we can get her somewhere else. You called the police? Yes, it looked to me like the murderer was going to try and escape. Thanks to the victim's note, we already started our operation. Certainly a tough luck for the criminal, eh? If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, there must be something strange in that girl's testimony.
I think it's the crucial moment.
Yeah. That's when I hurried. Also, here's another problem, right? She said that they were fighting, but in the photo they're not fighting. See? Suddenly, they started fighting. If they're fighting, look at this, how this follows. They're fighting. And I took a photo. Oh, yeah? This is them fighting. Like, this is them fighting. If this does not give me, I'm gonna save, but if this is not, like, I'm calling it, I'm giving this 0 out of 5 stars. When you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see is this photo of two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see, the photo we presented was the only one there was.
Then
But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Doe. My apologies, young lady, but Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. He can certainly downplay the situation, can't he? I'm sorry, I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean. You ran out of film? This photo was the last one. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. All of the other photos are of the witness herself, playing among the wild flowers. The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself? I remember taking some photos. Yeah, we have to see what the timer is now on that camera to show us when that photo was taken.
right.
Because if she died between 4 and 5, that's how we can link, you know.
Maybe she even planted there too. Yeah.
If she had no film left, she couldn't take more pictures. Perhaps you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos that you took with your very own eyes. Huh? Oh, he's talking about what she saw.
Mhm.
Looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. I was using my camera to take some pictures of some wild flowers. Then I noticed there were 2 people standing up on a suspension bridge. Suddenly, they started fighting. The victim turned... Wait, is this the same... Oh, the victim turned around and tried to run away, but she only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. 10 yards. That's a problem. Because if they're standing in the middle of the bridge, 10 yards would be literally off the fucking bridge. 10 yards is half the bridge. The bridge is like 20 yards total. 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. I mean, they're very clearly... Okay, so the Dusky Bridge map is what gets her here, right? Because, like, if they're standing right in the middle of the bridge, she couldn't have possibly have gotten off the bridge. Like, yeah. What's a yard? A yard is 3 feet. Look at this. If you look at this map, you see the middle left? That's 5 yards. So if you take those 5 yards and you place it, this bridge is about 20 to 25 yards wide, right? But if you go to the middle, 5 yards from the middle is a fucking gap. So if she ran 10 yards from the middle, she would have fallen. And because of where she was when she took the photo, she couldn't have taken a photo of the start of the bridge. If they were both standing at the start of the bridge, then maybe she could have run 10 yards. But she couldn't have possibly run 10 yards from the middle of the bridge. So we can present the photo of the bridge on the very last statement.
I'll be right back.
No problem. We haven't pressed this. Why do you think she tried to run away? Where the police training she knows better than to turn her back on a criminal. This is a large, powerful man with a knife. If it had been a quaggy woman like you, I'm sure she would have acted differently. Quaggy? It would have been me. I would have jumped into the river. She only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. So you're saying Sergeant Hawthorne wasn't able to get away from him? Well, it's a narrow bridge, and it was swaying back and forth. If you ask me, both of them were in danger of falling off. I only wish I could have done something to help her. That seems to make sense. Something about it seems kind of off. If Terry falls into the criminal, there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Okay. So we just present the bridge map here. Witness, your testimony is a joke. Huh? Mrs. Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry. 1 short testimony and 2 bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You say there were 2 contradictions? It's simple, just look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. Yeah, look at the 5 yards. There's no way. If they were, and the killer had turned around and tried to run, well then, she would have hit a dead end. I tried to point this out, like, 2 testimonies ago. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have even ran 5. Because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side. Yeah, another problem is the fact that there's no other car. Like, why was the victim standing on that side of the bridge if they wanted to meet up at the bridge, right? And he asked her to meet him there. Wouldn't he have been in the middle of the bridge and not the victim? Why would the victim purposely walk to a dead end in the bridge? This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it.
She lying again?
We presented the map.
Oh.
Like, I also don't like that it doesn't show. So the victim and the killer were in the middle of the map, right? She can't run 5 yards to the right because that side of the bridge is collapsed. That's what we've just established. So people cannot run to the right side of that bridge. Now, if that's true, why did the victim agree to go to the bridge? And why was the victim standing in the middle of the bridge? She locked herself into a dead end. If Terry Falls is like, yeah, let's meet up at the bridge, and he's standing at the middle of the bridge, then that makes sense, right? But
Right.
the victim, the police officer, walked to the middle to meet with him, putting a dead end at her back? That doesn't make any sense. There's one major mistake in this diagram. What did you say? What are you referring to? It's all because the diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying, I'm saying that even though the bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge is broken during the
Edgeworth.
That's ridiculous. You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. Huh. He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright? The diagram of that bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward. It wasn't your fault, it was Edgeworth's fault. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? They're gonna establish once and for all what the victim actually saw. It's so hard to go on. We're all on your side, Mrs. Foster. There's no need to worry, just tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could have made sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm so— well, he could have thrown it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw.
That's it?
Yep. Oh well, maybe I'll stop at my favorite cafe on the way home. Fecco? Do you know this man? They make a really good mocha latte. Hey! She can't see the car!
You're right!
Are you saying the victim didn't fall down the bridge? Actually, maybe she didn't fall. Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her coat would definitely have been all muddy. If you don't mind, I was asking the witness. Sigh, no need to be so rude. Well, young lady, of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. Ha! We're one step too slow. No, actually, Godot, I already have the fucking part about her not being able to see the car, so I'm 2 steps ahead. You better start drinking some of that fucking coffee, or you won't be able to follow me, because I'm so fast. Hey, Stormageddon. We're so far past this case that I'm fucking pressing things that are 3 testimonies ahead. She says the victim's scarf fell off when he picked her up. I like that Edgeworth says that her words match what we saw at the scene, so there's nothing wrong with this statement, but this is like the gotcha statement. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. Yes, the defendant carried her. Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think that would be difficult. Yep, let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible to him to have carried a dead body on a bridge like that? Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge, hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would have been going overboard, wouldn't it? Yeah, but that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there. It's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct? And it was foggy. There's also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. You know, with those monks, they just love cold, isolated places. You're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body. Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform. As for his face, they were far away and it was raining, so I thought I was only supposed to, yeah, say exactly what I saw. Excellent. You're a remarkably honest young woman. Hey, kitten, have you ever put salt in your coffee? No, why would I? Why not? It might actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? That's disgusting. Actually, you know, salted caramel, well, that has sugar in it, though. By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well after all. Okay, this is definitively it. We present the bridge map again. Your Honor, what? Okay, are you fucking kidding me? This isn't it! You gotta be kidding me. He carried her over to the car. How is she seeing the car? How is she seeing the car? She can't see the car! What do you mean?
Maybe it's on a different statement.
She can't see the car! She could have never seen the car! Huh?
I'm very certain. Maybe it's on a different statement.
There's a fucking mountain here! Review the statements. He carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge.
I think it's that part.
This third one?
The stay hidden part. Yeah.
A killer not wanting his victim to be found. I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier to make sure the body wasn't found. To drop. I actually mentioned dropping it to the river. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area, and I'll show you how. I'm sorry. This case is so fucking. She's saying he should have thrown her into the river. For those not aware, Eager River is very well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall are never recovered. No. I'm sorry. I'm checking out of this case.
Oh no.
The kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. Okay, let's talk about something, guys. If you're at Terry Falls and you threw somebody into the river for the first case and it was never found, why would you do it again? Wouldn't that just mean it was absolutely... I mean, wouldn't that... Like, they would just say that, yeah, you fucking threw her down in the river again, just like you did the first person. Why are we saying that they probably threw her into the river? Then they can just be like... anyway. If 10 murders were to occur at that same spot above the Evil River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body into the water. So she's saying that he should have thrown her into the river, not take her into the car. Why would he take her into the car? But, like,
Right.
are we seriously gonna ignore the fact that she can't see the car? She can't see the car! Melissa doesn't see a car. How can she say that that he took her into the car? That doesn't make any sense. She couldn't have known about the car. Her line of view, or her line of sight was only at the bridge. She can't see the car from there. Like, look at how the mountain clearly goes above what her line of sight is. It does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? How sad. Perhaps Miss Fey would like to do well in taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Fey, it seems that your assertion is without merit at all. But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Surely you can't deny the body was found in the trunk of the car. That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Ugh, please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us only what you saw, otherwise the mean lady might yell at you again. Alright, I'll do my best. Picked her up, he carried her over to the car, the killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body there. He couldn't have left the body. Okay, so she has now changed. The killer broke into the trunk of this. Okay, so now this is where we say, oh, how did you see the car? Oh, I'm just, yeah, okay. What did the man do then? Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police. And so that's when you call the police? You're sure that that's what you saw with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain.
How did she know it was broken?
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body there. Present the bridge. See, this is... I'm sorry, but... Like, I told you I'm literally 2 steps ahead, right? But, like, that objection was just as valid 2 testimonies ago than it is here. Because she's going to say you couldn't have possibly seen the car, which is what I tried to present last time. The killer broke into the trunk of a stolen car and hid the body there. You're saying you saw that with your very own eyes? Yes, and? It's simple. Take a look at the diagram. You couldn't have possibly have seen the car, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. Do you see what I mean? Even if you try to see the car, the outcropping of the rock is directly in the way, and that's why I'm just completely mentally checked out of this case. From where you were standing, there's no way you could have possibly seen the killer's car. I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping. Like, okay, us saying like, oh, why did he not throw it into the river is just stupid. Like, that's riskier than taking it to the car. That's nonsense. You can just say, hey, you can't see the car, which is what we tried to do.
That's even more plausible for contradiction evidence.
It isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car. That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see the car just fine. I'm sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location where the photo was taken from. And yeah, you can see the fucking mountain is in the way. Your own photo tells the whole story. You see that rock on the left? You can clearly see the left side of the bridge. The outcropping being referred to is more like a cliff. Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff. The first testimony, there is water where the culprit is dragging the body to the car, but with her stating that she saw the culprit broke into the car, she fucked herself. Well, the problem, Wang Zhou, is that the witness has no way of knowing that there's even a car in the first place. Because of that blocking her view. She was out there picking flowers, so she just could not have been able to see the car. There's like no shot she can ever see a car in the first place if she was out there at that time at 4:30 seeing it all happen. Sound, probably. Sound can travel. Yeah, I guess, like, Well, then, in that case, then we can't present this. So she can just say, like, I heard a car trunk being opened, right?
Right.
Don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate the witness is very upset. She said she saw, not heard. Yeah, I mean, that is a problem. Well, right now, we're saying that, like, maybe she could have peeked at it. Like, she's now saying that she saw it clearly, that she saw the car. Which is, like, obviously a lie. She can't see the car. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only what she saw with her own eyes. I think I must have remembered things wrong. Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed, quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive, divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? That's not fair. Ha! Save the tears for later, kitten. Don't look back until the trial's over. Okay, you need to relax. Then, you need to remember the other kitten's testimony. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? Also, how did she know that she's fucking dead? She, like, bled to death. She doesn't say that she saw her bleeding out. I mean, like...
Right.
I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain they were scratch marks from when he broke into it. Let me see that photo. It's true, these certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied?
She's burying herself even deeper. There's no way she could see that.
It looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wild flowers, but even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Perhaps it would be faster if Miss Faye explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation.
Safe.
The reason why the witness had seen the scratches was... she happened to be passing by, she put the corpse in herself, she's the owner of the car. What the fuck?
Definitely not the owner part. That sounds a little bit... Yes.
I guess she put the corpse in herself.
Yeah.
There's only one way the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes? What is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was... Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Miss Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. But he stole the car! He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which would have meant that the key would have still been in the ignition. Oh, I see.
Oh.
Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we would have never have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No. Preposterous. To even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could have only been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at that time she was taking photographs. Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is that the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Mrs. Foster herself. It's timed. It has a timer function.
It's time.
Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why, it's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture. What are you trying to say then, Miss Faye? That's when the crime occurred. Mrs. Foster wasn't in the field, as she claimed. Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly, she was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? And answering that question will also make clear Mrs. Foster's true identity.
Whew.
Where was she when the incident occurred?
I'm telling you, it was the meeting with her.
Here? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if we look at the... I think it's going to be here, in the victim spot.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. That she was the one in...
She's sisters with the person who was murdered. So, like, I think it makes sense that she could have been the person there instead of her.
Yes, yes, yes. It has to be.
But what's really weird to me is, why are we not talking to the defendant? The witness is right here. That's where the victim, Mrs. Hawthorne, is standing. See, this might be why the scarf didn't match up, maybe? Because she wasn't the one that received the call, it was her sister. Wear a white scarf, talk to Dahila, tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Order, order, order. Mrs. Fay, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. If I fay. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. Huh?
What?
Huh? Huh? What the fuck did you just say? This would mean there was no time to put the victim in the trunk? Wait, why not? Wait, what?
Where did that come from?
Why is she saying that? There's no time? Does this make sense to anybody? He
What does she
fled.
mean, no time.
He fled. He didn't have enough time to pick her up. Let her cook. I'm not letting her cook. Why is she saying that? If somebody put the body in the trunk, it could have only have been before the defendant met the victim. Yo, who wrote this case? The only person with the opportunity to put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo is taken, the victim was already dead. Mia is saying the picture is after the murder. I mean, I can kind of understand that if we're to believe that Dahila is the one in that photo. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne. What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, it's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. I don't know about that, but let's go with it. The woman on that bridge, is not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted. But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You're just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? So we're trying to prove that he didn't know. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like.
That's why she mentioned the scarf thing, right?
At the time of the incident... Because of this, wear the white scarf for identification.
Okay.
Because why else, right? It has to be this piece. If he knew what she looked like, he wouldn't need her to wear the white scarf for identification. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification, namely this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear the scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words,
you got two right answers.
as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No, she's gonna lose it. The butterflies are gonna burn up. She pass out? Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby. She hid the body and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why did she do it? Well, you might not know this, but our witness here is in the business of killing law and attorneys and other law enforcement people. She's the real culprit. Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well. This court is in recess. Tsuzuku. So, yeah, that case is kind of... I like that it's a trial without investigations, but, they should have included more evidence.
They should cut out the fat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the whole, like, throwing the body to the bridge, that's not necessary.
There's just, I just feel like, and maybe some of the modern Phoenix Wright games do this, or Ace Attorney games, but, like, if you can present, like, the people designing these cases and the evidence you can present, they should have all of the possible things that you can point out be possible to point out, right? And if it leads to a dead end, let it lead to a dead end. But eventually, if you can point out all the contradictions, you'll get to that point. Us pointing out the fact that she couldn't have possibly seen the car wasn't only correct, it was literally the very next thing to present. And all that she changed in her testimony was that instead of saying that I saw him bring it to the car, it's that she saw him break the locks. In which case we're like, wait, but you couldn't have seen that happen. And it's like, wait, no, I could see that happen. And it's like, oh? And then we mentioned that, like, you know, he used a car key to do it, so that, like, it's kind of weird. The river part was more obvious. I mean, maybe, but at the same time, it doesn't make it, like...
It doesn't make it, like...
thing you could have pointed out.
Right. The whole, like... I don't know. I think the car is more stronger than just... That they're on the bridge and you could just throw the body into the bridge. Like,
she could not have seen, like, if she did take this picture, because at first, right, we're to believe that she took this picture.
Yeah.
The cliff is taller than her. Like, the cliff is she couldn't have seen over that cliff, so she couldn't have seen the car. Especially since she said, we even saw what her line of sight was. Her line of sight was to the middle of the bridge. We're almost there, once I prove that she committed the crime. Yeah, but there's still one more obstacle we've got to get past. Obstacle? Yeah, motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway? Motive, huh? Anyway, we're still badly in need of information. What we need the most is info about Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing. Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago. The kinda kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy's on death row for. Okay, I trust you. That day, 5 years ago. I dream of it every day. This picture reminds me... It reminds me everything? That's not, grammatically correct. Bridge looks same, just like then, 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart any minute. So it's been broken like that for 5 years. Sorry, buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute. It true. I did. I did kidnap her. 5 years ago, I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne. Your girlfriend, huh?
Hawthorne?
Did you say Haw?
Yeah.
The victim's last name. Valerie's little sister. What? Are you serious? The girl, let her go. You're hurting her. Shut up.
Is that the sister?
Come closer. I kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. He's got a knife. The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. At first, I thought shooting someone for a kidnapping was crossing the line, but if it was to protect a little sister, I can understand why she did it. Wrong. No protect sister. Valerie betrayed me. Betray us. What do you mean she betrayed you? Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping, too. Make-believe kidnapping? Yeah, why would you kidnap your own girlfriend? Doesn't make sense. My girlfriend, my love, my teen angel. Ugh, did he actually say my teen angel? He's seen one too many soap operas. I do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says. Anything? Hold on a minute. What you're saying is, the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by, yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie, too. Valerie was in on it? So, Dahila's family rich. Jewelry business. We get 1 jewel, that's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note. We send to her dad. Asked for $2 million diamond. Tell him to make exchange on Dusky Bridge. We tell him Valerie make transfer, because she knew detective. Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright. In the end, you were planning on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh? Yeah, but that woman. That woman, Valerie, she'd do it for real. She'd shoot at me for real. Me and Dahlia.
What?
I was shot in arm. Dahlia, she'd jump in river. Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you? I couldn't do it. I never push her. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over. And that's why they decided to give you the death sentence. I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me. That man, Terry Falls, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into a roaring river 40 feet below.
This
These
guy's in
5
a
years.
bad position.
All I wonder is why? Why? Why did she lie? That's all I want to know. So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself. Yes, but I forget what she looked like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why? Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear an answer come from her mouth, that's all. So that's why you made a crazy escape like that. Just one thing, Zebra Boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Falls, where is it? Huh? Where's what? Come on now, kitten. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it? He blacked out, homie. Huh? You don't know? No, really, I don't know. It's gone. With Dahlia. With Dahlia?
The girl who fell?
That day, on the bridge, Dahlia put it in backpack. Now gone. With Dahlia. Gone forever. Into Eagle River.
Big question.
It disappeared. With Dahlia? Huh? Wait a minute. You can come back now. We're ready to go. Mr. Falls, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne? Never found her, my sweet Dahlia. They never found her. Swallowed by river. Gone. My teen angel. You're a teen angel? How old was she anyway? Just 14. 14?
Oh
I guess
my
you're
God.
robbing cradles before diamonds. Well, hold on. It was 5 years ago. Oh, fuck. He's 25. Oh, no! Terry!
Dude.
Oh, Terry, no! Terry!
Woo!
Falls takes the fall. And gets a one-way ticket to death row.
Oh,
Well, I think Japan's age of consent was like 13 before they put it back up to 16, right? So.
I got a big question.
Huh?
When did they receive the diamond? Because they don't need to do that play anymore, right? Like once they get the diamond, they don't need to do that play.
So let's see. That means Dahila took the diamond, right? And then they're gonna exchange it with the policewoman, and the policewoman shoots him because she just wants the diamond, right?
Right.
So that means Dahila put the diamond in her backpack. Does that answer your question?
Because all three were in on it, right?
Right.
Like the fake ransom, so they could get their father, who works in the jewelry, whatever,
Yeah.
to give them the diamond. Now they receive the diamond. They don't need to do that play anymore with the bridge, right?
Right.
They could just
right.
like walk it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what I'm saying is, when did they get the diamond?
Well,
Was it during the bridge or like a little bit before?
I don't know. I would say they had the diamond before because Dahila. So if he says Dahila had the diamond in her backpack, right? So that means that him and Dahila walked to the bridge with them already having the backpack.
Okay.
Right?
Mm.
So, because if the policewoman Valerie Hawthorne, if she has the diamond, she doesn't have to shoot them. She just has it and she leaves.
Right.
But Dahila and Terry had the diamond with them. She says, "Aha, you have the diamond. Now I shoot you both, and I pocket the 2 million and tell them about how Terry killed our sister. Oh, this sucks, but I've got this diamond now."
Right.
Doesn't it look kind of like Ichiban from the Yakuza series with that red suit and the fucked up hair? Wasn't the policewoman the one who was gonna give them the diamond? Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, but that's not what he said. But yeah, she was supposed to give him the diamond, and then he gives her the sister.
Right.
So, but he says that she put it in the backpack, which is kind of weird, right? Like, if he gives her, so Valerie brings the diamond, gives it to Dahila, I guess, and she puts it in her backpack, and then, yeah, I don't know, that's weird.
Mr. Bad Gaming helped me out with my answer, so I understand the case now.
I'm putting a pizza in the air fryer.
Hell yeah!
This case calls for pizza. I can already hear the table smacking. Objection.
Objection! Your air fryer is better than mine, by the way.
I could recommend one to you. Mine's
Hell
almost
yeah.
fucking broken.
I think
Alright.
I really need a new chair, so can you recommend me a chair?
Sure.
LB.
Did you like
Yeah.
the one I use?
Oh my god, yeah, it's the best.
Okay, sure. Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in knots is the mark of a pro. Is that why
Damn.
you're smiling right now, Armando? Are your guts twisted in knots like some kind of hemorrhoid?
No.
Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that. Excuse me? May I speak, Mr. Judge? Of course. Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like. I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why. I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true. I see. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady. Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her, click, she lights right up. Well then, let's see what the witness has to say. Let's hear, rather. I was out of the country until last year before last. What does that fucking mean? Until the year before last. 2 years? Huh? The year before
I think you're
last. Out of the country until 2 years ago. Yeah. Until I entered college, I had never been to Eagle Mountain before. And I certainly don't have a reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Well, yeah, but we don't know she's Dahila yet. I wish our fucking defendant was here to tell us that this is Dahila and not Melissa. Oh, I think that's why she didn't want to come to testify at first, because she didn't want to have to see the guy. Hold on, is that Dahila? Yeah, that's her. That's Dahila. We know this because of the case with, How Quick You Are to Forget Case 1. No, we didn't forget.
No, we remembered. We remembered.
We know that's Dahila.
The fact that Mr. Phoenix Wright almost died because of her.
Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against him 2 years ago or kidnapping a poor girl. I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing a murder. Indeed. I have to tie her to this case. Oh god, we still only have the one bar. Out of the country until the year before last. So, what country were you living in then? We were living abroad, but after my parents were killed. Huh?
Didn't she kill her? No.
It was a brutal civil war. She had to try to make her way back home alone. I lost everything. I didn't even have personal identification. Press her harder. Witness, answer my question. What country were you in? Your Honor, this line of questioning is childish. What country she was in and how many languages she may speak are irrelevant here. What we're here to evaluate is whether this witness has any connection to this case. I've lived abroad ever since I was a little girl. That's why I could never have known Mr. Falls or Detective Hawthorne. Yes, I think we've established that point. Yes, indeed. Well then, shall we add what you've just stated to the official testimony? Yes, please,
No.
Mr. Judge. I didn't know either the defendant or the victim. You didn't know either person? Are you certain of that? Yes. I'm afraid I'm rather shy around people. Oh well, that can't be helped. The first time you saw either of them was when they were on the bridge, correct? Yes, it really was a coincidence. Until I entered college, I had never been to Eagle Mountain before. So what made you decide to go to Eagle Mountain anyway? I just love being outdoors, picnics, hiking, you know, that sort of thing. You look like a digger? What? A gold digger? Eagle Mountain is a 2-hour drive from here and no trains run through there. There are plenty of mountains that are closer and easier to get to. Well, I went out there once with the college hiking club. Wait, what? She said she'd never been there before. Wait, hi, let me press this. She just said she'd never been there before. I fell in love with its stark, desolate beauty and its cold yet romantic gloominess. By the way, what's the name of your college? Never before college? The prosecution objects and any questions that involve the witness's private life. All that matters is that she is a material witness to a crime. The witness doesn't need to respond to questions that are clearly malicious in intent. I see. Until I entered college, I had never been to Eagle Mountain before. I see. I certainly don't have a reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Perhaps, but your behavior that day is very suspicious. Not only have you contradicted yourself here in court, but you know things you shouldn't. For example, the scratches on the trunk of the car. Well, that's... Unfortunately, Mrs. Fay, your last statement proves nothing. Oh, really? And why is that? The witness came to the police station once to identify the suspect. It's entirely possible that, at that time, an officer showed her this photo. What the fuck? That seems like a rather serious mistake. Ha! That's the oldest trick in the prosecutor's book. Okay, that doesn't mention why the scratches are there on the car in the first place. Like, the scratches being there doesn't make sense, right? Because he had the car keys. Because he stole the car. The wicked inmate. I'll never be able to forget that horrible day. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago. Or kidnapping a poor girl. How does she... No, I guess she could have read the... A grudge? Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot about the policewoman as well. What do you mean by that? Your client. He forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well. You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What do you mean by that? Yeah, the only person that should know that he sent her that note was the police officer and the people involved in this case. How does Melissa Foster know about him forgetting what she looked like? He couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right? Okay, so here's a problem with what she's just said. When we learned about him forgetting the note, wasn't it just Gumshoe that knew about it? You did present that note earlier. Yeah, I guess that's true. If I had been wearing a white scarf that day... How does she know it's... Well, whatever. He probably would have tried to kill me. That's true. Your Honor, what the witness said just now was tremendously important. I'd like it to be added to the official testimony. Prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and mentally unbalanced. The testimony only helps to further prove that point. Enough, witness, if you would. My pleasure, Judge. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. I don't know, that's... The white scarf part is kind of interesting, because, we found a blue scarf. So, Oh, hell yeah. Oh, man, this pizza looks so fucking good. I love air fryers. They're the best. Clearly, you don't own an air fryer. Chat, do you have an air fryer? Alright, now this is too hot for me to eat.
That's my favorite.
I don't want to burn my mouth. Why is pizza so good at burning people's mouths anyway? Oh, okay, I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing the white scarf. What do you mean by lucky? Well, it's February now. Everyone's wearing scarves. If I had accidentally worn a white scarf like the woman said, then you yourself might have been killed. That would have been a terrible loss for this world. You knew about that incident, but weren't you out of the country until a year before last? Well, I saw a report about the escaped convict on the news. They had an in-depth report about this whole story. So you were still living abroad 5 years ago, is that right? Yes. I can't let her get away with these lies. Listen to me, she's neck deep in this whole thing. Somehow you're just gonna have to get her to show her. Out of the country, didn't know about the victim. The scarf was blue. So, doesn't that mean that the defendant would not have killed her then? Does that make sense? Snack Eye? Hello? Test, 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 test. So, if the defendant was looking to kill somebody with a white scarf... Are you not here? Oh, okay, you're good, you're good. If the defendant was looking to kill somebody with a white scarf, why did somebody with a blue scarf end up dying? I guess we can just present this scarf here, then. Witness, I want you to take a look at this photo you took. The scarf the policewoman is wearing. I've got her now, just don't mess up. Well, that's strange. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. White? White! It doesn't look white to me. Oh. Well, it was foggy that day, and it was raining as well. Not surprising she mistook it for white. Sorry, but not this time. The witness just confirmed that this is the victim's scarf. Yes, but what's the significance? It's true the scarf doesn't look white, but there's only one explanation for this mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white was... Witness, have you ever seen this note? It's top secret evidence. There's no reason that you would have. I wonder about that. Huh? What do you mean? This note shows Mr. Fall's instructions to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear a white scarf for identification. White scarf. Ah! Witness, you knew what this note said. And it's because you knew that you slipped up and said white scarf. Yeah, she wouldn't have seen this note. Even though she came into this trial, we didn't mention this. We only mentioned the scarf when Gumshoe was here. Us mentioning the white scarf is part of the reason we even brought her over here to testify. So she didn't, like, hear us talk about the color of the scarf. You did mention the scarf, but not the color? I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public, and yet, this witness knew exactly what the note said. Huh? I made some special café con leche for you. I put plenty of sugar in it. Drink it up before it gets cold. Don't be shy. Why are you doing this? Your brain needs stimulation. Drink some of this and then think it over again. Listen. Keep messing up and you're just gonna get the judge mad. Was I supposed to present... Oh, the sister. Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm supposed to mention the sister. No! Oh, come on. No, let's see. My bad, my bad. Sorry, Terry, you're going to jail for a long time. Listen, Melissa Foster and Tahila are the same person. What does it fucking matter which one of those two I presented?
Objection!
The court doesn't know because they're slow.
Objection!
Here's the definitive piece of evidence that proves it. That's your definitive piece of evidence? Yes, if my thinking is correct. Huh? 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 Oh, come on! Sorry, I'm eating pizza.
Objection!
Hydrate? Okay, you got it.
Objection!
The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is... Oh, I see. Yeah, the note. You're right, you're totally right. I forgot there was two things you had to present. Yeah. I see where I fucked up. I tried to present tequila there. Yeah. It was something... I already got this. And this is where we present tequila instead of her profile as Melissa Foster. The third person that knew the contents of the note was... So, I answered Melissa Foster because we know that she's her, but what we're supposed to do is present Dahlia Hawthorne. The fact that they counted this against me is kind of scummy. Like, come on, we clearly know it's her. Like, we're basically about to reveal that she's Dahlia Hawthorne. But, like... Well, yeah, whatever. It's just Ace Attorney stuff. I'm coping.
Objection!
Of course, people thought she died 5 years ago, when she fell off Dusky Bridge and was lost. However, her corpse was never found. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead.
Objection!
But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. What? You don't have to say anymore, witness. Okay. She is Dahlia. let me introduce you to Dahlia Hawthorne.
Addiction!
For the past 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. True.
Why wouldn't she say anything?
Why wouldn't she tell her parents? Hey, I'm alive.
Objection!
How dare you? Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious, her big sister. What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister? Well, you see, take a look at this $200 million rock. Terry said he would do anything his girlfriend asked him, so...
Objection!
Hello.
No! I presented the rock.
They don't know too much about the rock.
Yeah, but that's enough reason for her to kill her.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Objection!
Why else would she have wanted to kill her? Oh, because they were gonna unveil the truth. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. I feel like the rock is valid. What the fuck?
The rock is valid.
Because we don't know what the truth is, so why would this note give us anything?
Probably you're a couple steps ahead again.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I was. I'm showing the rock because it's like, well, clearly she wanted the rock. And it's like, no, you're supposed to present this note that says she wanted to kill her because the truth was gonna come out. Or rather, she wanted to kill Terry because the truth was gonna come out. It's like, yeah, okay, well, they don't know what the truth is, just like they don't know what the fuck this rock is, so, like, I don't know.
I guess.
But,
So my only guess is gonna be like, what do they mean? Like she's gonna testify right now about the truth. Also, good job so far.
There's a dangerously important secret between Dahlia and Valerie. The reason Dahlia felt the need to kill Valerie. To keep her mouth shut permanently.
Objection!
The rock. I know it'll be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf?
He is Canadian.
He is,
Isn't that
yeah,
so-
you're right, he is Canadian.
This is not the same judge 5 years
Correct.
later, right?
Correct. This is
Okay.
not. We've seen him before. This isn't Udgate. This is some other guy. Cause this is
Yeah.
the guy that was he does like not murders but like larceny or whatever. Cause he was the one
Oh,
that was in the other
right.
mask to mask case.
Okay, okay. Whew.
Isn't this his brother? I have no idea.
What does Udge mean?
That's just his
Like-
name.
Interesting.
That's when Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind.
This entire case would be so much easier. They brought false.
Yeah,
right next to her.
seriously. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. Info. The fact that it was in her backpack? The kidnapping 5 years ago was staged. Yeah, that's true.
Huh.
Apparently he doesn't recognize Dahila either. Doesn't recognize his own fucking girlfriend. This guy really is stupid. You'd think he'd recognize his own girlfriend.
Right.
Hold it!
Does the guy know she's alive? No, 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 no.
No,
just mentioned
she's still
right?
dead.
Yeah.
That's why he literally said she was never found. He still thinks she's dead.
Hmm.
Oh, he was tutoring her, I see. Wait.
What?
She brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot him in the arm. That's when he tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge. But if she already made the exchange, he couldn't have pushed her. From behind. Does that make sense?
Oh! Oh!
5 years ago, he kidnaps her. The ransom price is a raw diamond. She brings it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, my sister for this rock. So they make the exchange, then she shoots him. Ah, I'm shot. I'm gonna grab this person and push her from behind, even though you now have her. So that this line doesn't make sense, because if they've already exchanged Dahila for the rock, he can't push her from behind.
Right. Then that means he'll just go to her sister. Safely.
Yeah. Or he's so fast he instantly teleported behind her and then pushed her. love water. It's time to drink water.
I'm gonna get some more water afterwards.
It was still uncut, so it was about the size of a pint of milk. $2 million pint of milk? I don't know what to think about that.
What does a pint look like? Oh,
Pint?
it's just a carton of milk.
You ever had a yeah.
Oh, that is pretty big.
Why do you think he wanted to make the exchange there up on the mountain? If he got surrounded, it would be hard to escape. If there's one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, it's police involvement. A place like that, it'd be oh yeah, then why did he call her fucking sister, who's a detective? That was a dangerous thing to do, consider you were being held hostage. Actually, that saved my life. What do you mean? You see, Mr. Falls was holding a knife in his right hand. Somehow I just knew he was gonna use it. I knew he was gonna use that knife to kill me.
Is she 14 here too?
Right now she's 19.
Okay,
But she
okay.
was 14 in that cutscene.
That makes sense.
When Mr. Falls was shot in the right arm, he let go of me. I was dazed. I tried to turn and run away, but he grabbed me as well. I ran past, he and I locked eyes for a second. He gave me a large, bloodthirsty grin. And then the next instant, I advised the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift. I was a strong swimmer, but I was knocked out. One little shove from behind, that was it. Yeah, before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river. Jezebel. What's a Jezebel? Unchanged for 5 years. The bridge.
That would just make him locked into a corner. Right?
Yeah.
If she pushed him behind... I'm not sure.
It doesn't make sense that they made the exchange. That means he would have the diamond. But this isn't a photo from that event. How could he hold her and the diamond and the knife? Does he have 3 arms? Shoving me off the bridge from behind. Ah, fuck it. I'll just show this bridge. You say Mr. Falls pushed you into the Eagle River. However, that's hard to believe. But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Falls. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said, that's hard to believe. I should have said, that's impossible. Impossible? I asked that the court recall the condition of Dusky Bridge, now and 5 years ago. That bridge hadn't changed a bit in the last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind, as you had claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. What? Huh? Oh my god, wait, what? What? I didn't even notice that. What the fuck?
I didn't even think about that.
No, because it's fucking stupid. What does it matter? Huh?
Because she fell off the river. She wouldn't be pushed.
I don't care. Maybe the fucking wind pushed her. I don't know. What? That's bedrock? I thought it was like because of the I don't know. I thought it was like a shitty picture. This is this is fucking stupid.
Shitty picture.
You should have gotten smashed. I didn't even think about that. What if she fell in between the 2 planks there? That's what she meant. Or like, he pushed me and then I grabbed the rope and fell forward. No, it doesn't make sense. Don't defend it. Don't defend it. This is dumb. That's not Minecraft expert here. That's not bedrock. True. Everybody knows bedrock is beneath the stone layer.
It's a weird statement what she made.
Couldn't we have made the same statement when she said that the defendant pushed her forward in the last testimony? Doesn't that also mean that when she was pushed and ran away 10 feet that she would have ran into the bedrock?
So the thing when I said about being pushed, they could easily just push her off the bridge. We don't know what her behind is, right?
Yeah, that too, yeah. That's true, that's true. Maybe he pushed her so hard from behind that she lost her balance and just fell.
I mean, like, you could push her, she could
You could push her in any direction and this bridge would fucking, she could fucking fall. Like, she's tiny enough, you know, you ever see wrestling?
That she could just, like, never mind, okay, yeah.
For all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then. That's true. That's a good
What was
point.
that
That's
supposed to mean?
Well, okay,
Oh,
because
okay,
she's
yeah.
saying that, like, bedrock, she would have, but it's like the water level could have been higher and she would have survived.
That would make sense.
It's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in water wouldn't have made a difference. I don't know. This is flimsy as fuck. If the events occurred just as the witness had testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this? Let the case cook. Fine. You see... I just feel like if I was writing this, there's more things you can get her on. Like, if you made the exchange, that would mean that the person with the possession of the diamond would have been Terry Falls. If Terry Falls has the diamond and has the knife, because he's not going to put his knife away, right? Why would he do that? That means he must have let you go. So then, if he has the knife and the diamond, how is he going to push you with a knife and a diamond if he's been shot? Like, he didn't get shot and drop. Wouldn't he have dropped the diamond after he got shot? Like, there's so much.
He would have dropped the knife. And
There
of
is
course he would have
so much
dropped the lady.
wrong that you can call him out on, that will make more sense than, oh, if he pushed her, she would have been smashed into the bedrock. It's like, wait, what? How can we be so sure of that? Like, there's so much that can happen when you get pushed. She could have, like, before falling, like, grabbed onto the rope, right? You're not gonna just push and go, and just, like, fall. You know what I mean? Like, there's a, I don't know. I just feel like that's not, I would have written that differently, is all I'm saying.
No, that's fair, that's fair.
It's true that the witness had testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge. Yeah, like, see, Edgeworth, for once I have to agree with Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge.
That's what I'm saying! That's what I'm fucking saying!
Probably showing the diamond would have worked. Nah, Fecko, if you showed the diamond, we would have fucking gotten a game over. Trust. In fact, I will prove it to you.
Save it into another yeah. Okay. Well, at least Edgeworth is saying what I was saying, you know? About the whole side part.
That's why Mr. Tried to kill me by shoving me from behind. So we presented the map. We present the diamond. And you get a game over. You get a game over if you present the diamond. Terry, this one's on Fecko, don't worry.
What kind of coffee you're feeding Armando, Fecko?
Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. If that's true, she would have fallen into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Edgeworth's explanation correct? Now that you mention it, I do remember when I fell off the bridge. My skirt got caught on the... what did I fucking say? Oh, are you still gonna defend that line of thinking, Stormageddon? Look, my skirt got caught in one of the bridge's side wires. You can't be serious. Mia, you're demoted. You're back to just fucking serving coffee or water or whatever Grossberg drinks. It seems as his phase assault has finally reached its conclusion.
But there's no proof that there's a, like, you know, right?
I see what the problem is, Nakai. We're supposed to pick bad answers because we're supposed to be Mia. Oh my god,
Right.
It makes sense because she's
This is her
dumb.
first case.
She's dumb. I'm supposed to think like a dumb person and give wrong evidence. I'm not supposed to think 2 steps ahead. Oh, this case makes sense now.
I mean, you heard what Edgeworth called me, yeah?
I had to defend all cases, even Big Top. I actually liked Big Top, but it should have ended like
What's Big Top
7
again?
test. It's the fucking wheelchair. The fucking why did he keep it under his legs all this time? He like slept with it. Does he sleep in his wheelchair? Snakai, ever since he's just had it under his wheelchair the entire time. The entire time. Ever since he murdered the circus owner, he just put it in his under his wheelchair and he just kept it there. That means that when he gets wheeled, he's just holding it with his fucking legs that don't work, by the way. When they wheeled him into the fucking courtroom, how did he have it with him? That doesn't make sense, right?
That would mean that...
All right,
After
Mr.
he-
Acro. All right, Mr. Acro. It's time to go to the courtroom. Oh, okay, 1 second. He's like holding it with his arms. What are you doing? Oh, nothing. Don't worry. Just keep wheeling me. It was under
he
the
has it
wheelchair.
in
Yeah,
his
that
leg
part was
or
fucking
under his
stupid.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, if you get
what
rid,
do you mean about possible?
Big Top was one of my favorite cases. But the later half is completely indefensible.
Wait, what did Mia said about impossible?
The fact that he couldn't have pushed her like off the
On the
bridge
side.
or something. Wait, was this found? No, it's lost. Your flawed logic. What are we talking about now?
The whole bridge part?
Yeah, her
Like-
being pushed.
Like, there's a snag on the wires, whatever. There's no wire to be snagged.
I'm gonna be honest. What the fuck is she talking about right now? Okay, hey,
That
can
it's
you?
possible for her skirt to be caught into the wires, like it got
Ah.
snagged by the bridge.
This?
No. I think you should do the witness photo and show out the wires. Yeah. Yeah, that one. I was paying attention. Don't worry yet.
Take a look at the wires supporting the sides of the bridge. They extend up. Are you serious? Dude, she can fit through that. I'm sorry, but like I don't think that's gonna hold someone, right? It would be impossible to push someone off from there. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I really honestly don't think so. Okay, hold on. The bridge is rickety. It sways. It can be windy. If it's like turned at an angle, like you can definitely... He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over.
Yeah. Look,
So
I believe
young
you.
and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Falls had been shot in the right arm. And more importantly, Valerie had her gun trained on him at point-blank range.
You mentioned all this. You were 2 steps ahead again.
So, Mr. Falls throwing the witness off the bridge? That is clearly impossible. Ugh. Edgeworth can be like, no, he had adrenaline from getting shot. He was angry. He had everything to lose. So he used the last of his strength to throw her off. You jumped into Eagle River intentionally. See, this is like impossible to prove. What do you mean? What? What is this? Indeed, what do you mean by such a ridiculous remark? Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun in handcuffs. She would have saved me. Jumping
What?
into a raging river like that would have been suicide. Yes, it would have, actually. No, I'm with Dahila. Perhaps, but that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident you could handle the swift current. She did say she was a good swimmer. The witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river. Oh yeah? What was it? The witness is still alive. That alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids.
You can't really prove this.
5 years
What
ago.
if she has the diamond with her this whole time?
Yeah, it's in the umbrella. It's under her legs. Bailiff, check her asshole. 5 years. No shitting.
Think
So
what it does
dumb.
to a person.
Can we talk about... there's no way she has the diamond still, right? Wouldn't she have sold it, or is she just having it just for safekeeping?
She gives us to Phoenix, right? When they're dating.
She was gonna keep the 2 million for herself. She forced Mr. Falls to help fake the kidnapping. Bang. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river. With the ransom
You know-
tucked away.
This case would have been great if it wasn't stretched, like watered down with all these useless evidence.
Yeah, I
and
think so,
testing.
I think so.
It's
Like,
very watered down.
Whether or not there's ropes there doesn't matter. Terry's fucking massive. He's a 20. When the first case happens, he's 20 and she's 14. Have you seen 14-year-olds? They can weigh like 50 pounds. She's like that fucking ball and chain he carries around. He could have fucking flung her with one hand. He was shot. Yeah, but like fucking he could just use his other arm. I don't know. But again, I was trying to bring up the fact that if he was shot and he's holding the knife and he's holding the rock, like I feel like presenting the bridge is just like, again, if I'm writing this, I'm not gonna say yeah present the bridge because she couldn't have fallen in that direction. Like what about the fact that she said that he pushed her from behind? That one doesn't make sense. How is he pushing her from behind? She would be with her sister. She would fall forward if she was pushed from behind. That's how you write a case. You say, if you were pushed from behind, you would have fallen forward because they made an exchange. I can't put... Is my mouse working? Here's my mouse. if Terry's here and she's here and he's exchanging, here's the diamond, here's the sister. If he pushes her, she falls forward. That's all you had to say. Not
Yeah, she
he
would have been
pushed
still
her
alive. She would
to
have
the
been like not
ropes.
missing, right?
That is like all you had to say, and then you could point out the contradiction and be like, if you were pushed forward, how'd you fall? It's like, oh shit, well here's the contradiction. She jumped into the river. But instead it's like, there were ropes. It's like, what? Or, oh, if she was pushed, she would have fallen here into the bedrock. It's like, I don't know, it's really weird. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan? The woman is a demon. Oof. And there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Here's her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. He most likely gave the rock immediately to Dahila, and that's when she ran past Terry. And that's when she said she ran past Terry. Wouldn't it be the other way around? The rock was the ransom for the sister. So Valerie had the rock, he had the girl, because it was a staged plan. So Valerie has the rock. Give me my sister back. Okay, you know, and then they make the exchange. Like she said that she was pushed after they made the exchange. But that would mean that the rock is in Terry's hands, not her backpack.
Right.
Objection!
She was the detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping? I was talking about the contradiction of her being pushed from behind when she tried to run past Terry. Oh, I see, I see. I mean, yeah, her being pushed from behind makes sense. That's where she would be pushed, but she would fall forward towards the bridge, towards her sister, and not off of the bridge. Like, I feel like the game should say that and follow the contradictions instead of saying, like, there were ropes, so she wouldn't have fallen off the bridge.
They could also have been a little bit more descriptive of the positioning.
After receiving the phone call from Mr. Falls, Valerie called her sister Dahila. She then told her what she was planning to do. She was going to tell the whole truth as she wrote in her note. That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill two birds with one stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
Oh, the motive.
Hee hee. Who is that laughing at a time like this? Forgive me, it's just hilarious. You amuse me, woman. Miss Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally, you have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence that I planned a kidnapping, that at 14 I plotted with Mr. Falls and my sister. Well, one more thing. What happened to the $200 million diamond? You can't provide evidence to at least show that. Well, Miss Fey?
I mean, we could just tell freaking Terry, right?
It's under her chair. What a joke. Are you stupid or something? How can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago?
That's so easy.
Well, it seems we've come to the end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assertions made by the defense. Of course you are. Is it really over? That girl made a fool of me, and there's nothing I can do about it. If she knew Terry, why did she, like... Because, like, he was her tutor. So, like, when she calls him a criminal and stuff, why didn't she say, like, my tutor? Like, she knew him before all that happened. But she said, like, that man, that monster. Haven't you figured out you can make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony. On the day in question, Dahila murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Fall's stolen car and went to meet with him. Disguised as her sister. That's what you think, right? Yes, that's right. In that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Who's the one person that can testify to that demon's crimes? Well, I guess Terry himself?
Yeah.
But he thinks he's her sister. Unless we're talking about Valerie. It's...
Oh, let's be real, because like, I think she's just okay.
What were you gonna say?
I was thinking that Terry is all. I think Terry knows her girlfriend's alive. I have a feeling.
Bring the defendant to the witness stand. Gumshoe, we're not bringing Gumshoe. Dahila died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me. Mr. Falls. I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Tahila is very much alive. And you were used for $2 million. That's not true. Yeah. 5 years ago, she promised never ever betray each other. Terry. Dahila! It's true. You are alive. You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad. Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you. I shouldn't need to say it, you already know. But there is one thing I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry.
Oh, she pulled that card.
This is just like Dahlia Doppolito. Do you guys know about the Dahlia Doppolito case? I talk about that case so much.
How you spell that?
Here. It's like,
Oh, I found it. Oh, that case.
the one where she fucking was gonna murder her husband.
Yeah, I remember.
She's like, it's not true.
Not true.
And then after she tried to murder him, she tried to ask him to pay for her attorney. Like, I need money for an attorney. For the case where I tried to murder you. That's so fucked. That's a real case, by the way, guys. Water, please, water. Huh?
What's
Can't
wrong
talk.
with him?
Need water. He's gotta hydrate. I guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Bitter. Darker and bitterer than hell itself. Yeah, you haven't seen your girlfriend for 5 years and now you have to fucking testify to get her fucking locked up. That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge. I watched my car from the bridge. I never put no body in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia. That already doesn't match to the photo that was taken. If he walked to the bridge and he saw her in front, then this photo should not exist. Because, okay, like, look at the bridge, right? It's been unchanged for 5 years. So he could not have walked from this side to this side. Plus, he said he went from his car, right? So he goes, he's here. She comes to talk to him, walks away. If that's true, then that photo shouldn't show that.
All right.
His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial. Well then, Miss Faye, please proceed with your cross-examination. Oh, but it's probably gonna be something like, oh, you didn't actually know what she looked like. One woman came, she stood in front of me, we talked, she left. That was Valerie! It's like, okay, but she wasn't wearing the scarf you asked her to wear, so how can you tell? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the one woman came and she's...
Wait. Can I see some more?
Yeah. You
More
like
dialogue?
this or the pressing, do you mean?
No. Go back.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
I want to see from the beginning.
4
Yeah,
p.m.
right there. She wasn't there. She was not on the bridge. But that wouldn't make sense, right? She was there.
What do you mean?
She wasn't there, so I waited at the bridge.
Right.
Okay, so think about this. she is there, but she's in the center of the bridge.
Uh-huh.
So that's a lie right there. That means she was there. Otherwise, otherwise he would be in the center of the bridge, waiting for her.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. What else you got?
Oh, no. That's a good point. I mean, if she was there, but, like, what if she wasn't there at 4 p.m.? Because he says he was there at 4 p.m. She was stabbed between 4 and 5. And she died at 4:30 because that's when he left, because it took 30 minutes to get to the mountain.
Okay.
She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge. I watched my car from the bridge. One woman came and she stood in front of me. We talked and she left. There's so much wrong with this, but I'll press.
Okay, go ahead and press.
No,
because,
so yeah, I want to hear what you have to say.
Because, like, there will be no reason if she were to come and meet with him, right? There will be no reason, like, okay, let me just stand right in front of the bridge, and then you could be on the other side. That makes no sense. They could be, like, you know, at the very most, Floss would be in the middle of the bridge waiting for her. And then, because the only way you could exit is, well, through the near side of the. Alright, if you see the photo, you'll see what I mean.
Yeah, this one here.
No, the testifying thing. The witness's photo.
This one?
Yeah, like, what's alright? So he's waiting for her, and then she came. Are you telling me she decided to go in front of the bridge? like in because what's behind her is like a dead end.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Yeah. It means that she came from the broken down side.
But
maybe she jumped. Maybe she came from this side and jumped, Snack Eye. You don't think she can jump 10 yards?
She had to climb through the bedrock and then
she climbed the bedrock, yeah. This case is stupid.
This case is just very thinned out.
You waited on the bridge for 30 minutes? Mr. Falls? Eagle Mountain, that spot. Strong memories. Why did he just clam up? Could it be he's hiding something there? I like waiting. I'm used to it. Sure he is. Zebra waited 5 years to ask a single question to find out why a woman betrayed him.
Damn. That's a sad analogy.
That bridge, other side is broken. Nobody can come from there. So I was watching the car. See, like, okay, so right there, right? It's like, if he just says, nobody can come from the other side. So somewhere in his testimony, he should say, she fucking moved past me. If you can see my mouse. Like,
yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
That's exactly what I was pointing out.
Something's bothering me. I'm getting the feeling that a contradiction? I wonder, what's on the other side of the broken bridge anyway? No one lives there. There's a small shrine up on that mountain, but that's it. Anyway, nobody came. No car, nothing. She walked there?
Are you certain that was Valerie Hawthorne? I never lie. It's the truth. It was Valerie. I remember her face. Wait a minute. If you had remembered her face, then why did you make her wear a scarf? Sorry. I told a little lie. But the woman I met, she was different from the woman standing here now. She was different. It was Valerie. We talked, then she left. What did you talk to her about, anyway? Mr. Falls. Valerie told the truth about the kidnapping 5 years ago. She said someone needed to take the blame for it. That was all I could think to do. She said that. That's why she lied. Got me the death penalty. Dahila died. It was my fault. But I don't really remember. Maybe I did. Maybe I did push her in. It don't matter no more. Either way, my Dahila, my sweet teen angel, dead. But you just saw that she isn't dead. After Valerie talked to me on the bridge, nothing left to live for. You know what that means, Snack Eye?
Wait.
The Valerie that talked to him was Dahila.
Yes. Oh. Oh. Wait, what?
Well, yeah, I mean, if she killed her sister and put her in the trunk, right?
Right.
The one talking to him and the one in this photo is obviously...
Tequila.
Yeah. After Valerie talked to me on bridge, nothing left to live for. That was Valerie, not my Dahila. How can you be so sure? It was raining. It would have been already pretty dark on that mountain at 4:30. Please, Mr. Falls, this is your last chance. You've already taken the fall for something you didn't do. That woman, it wasn't Dahila. He's been cursed by Dahila Hawthorne. He'll probably go to his grave still believing her. So yeah, we just have to point him saying that she was in front of him. Watch my car. Finally, a woman came, so she stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. She stood in front of me.
Objection!
So you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge, you're sure of that? Yeah, I'm sure. You're sure, huh? Well then I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. I'm sure that you're lying. Huh?
Is he crying?
Yeah. You wanted to know who arrived on the bridge first? Just look at this photo, it's perfectly clear. Obviously
Knew
the
it.
person that came first would be the person at the end of the bridge, right? But that's the victim at the end of the bridge. Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. Mr. Falls? Please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth. I got there around 4 o'clock, it's true. I had somewhere to go. A special place. Did you go to the special place before you went to the bridge? Yeah. It's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahila, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love. 5 years ago, I hid it under the base of the tree there. It's a special memory for me.
Are you kidding me?
This
Oh
is
no.
it. This is what I went to get. It wasn't there because Phoenix ate it. I'm sorry, dude. This little bottle on a necklace is your memento? It's quite charming, but it looks empty. Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock, but he then left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. With that much time, Dahila Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car. I've still got a chance. Mr. Falls, there's no mistaking it. Erp. Huh? Mr. Falls?
Wait, what?
That's enough. Please. Witness? I promised her 5 years ago. He drank the bottle? If it ever
He did.
happens, we can't trust each other no more. We're supposed to drink bottle. That's why Phoenix doesn't die. Terry took the fall for him. You got it?
So it's empty. He drank it all.
Yeah. No, stop the trial, Your Honor. We need a recess. I was stupid. Couldn't keep promise. So I did it. I drank this. We were so close. I was gonna prove your innocence. No, don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill Sweet Dahlia again. Mr. Falls. Mr. Armando. Thanks for the coffee. Just poisoned his coffee cup. Is that why he needed water? Mr. Falls!
Oh.
He fell down.
False is just a broken man.
And so my first trial ended suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers. I ended up with a wound that cut so deep into my soul I thought it'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person, the true criminal, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face. Unforgivable. That witch. We were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft. It's my fault. It's my fault Mr. Falls killed himself. Don't cry. You're gonna make my coffee all salty. We already know he doesn't put salt in his coffee. Guys, if we presented something different, we would have gotten the true end. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. He's gonna break his cup? Damn. Why? The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. That's right. We still have to prove him innocent. It's not over yet.
Remember, he's always smiling despite having his guts twisted on the inside.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time. Then you file them away and eventually forget about them.
But she's locked up now, right?
How did he chew it up and eat it anyway?
So what's it? Life in prison?
No idea. I don't
She's
know what they
kind
give people here when they go to jail, to be honest. They never really disclose that. They just say guilty. The judge never actually gives a sentencing other than guilty and not guilty. Death mostly? No way, no way! That's crazy.
Is he in a hospital because he ate the bottle?
If the judge and everyone in the courtroom saw suicide happen with that necklace, how the fuck did Phoenix get it?
Oh, whatchamacallit? Dahlia gave Phoenix the poison while she's like trying to hide evidence.
Yeah, she was in the courtroom and she gave it to Phoenix and she said, wear this, when they started dating.
And he thinks that's a symbol of, you know, their love. And that's when they started dating, because of that.
Wow, that was a quick case. See, this is how long cases should be. That was perfect. Minus the fact that it was all kinds of fucked up. Wait, so are we continuing this case? Because look, there's that shrine. Wait, no, this is the... What? What the fuck is happening?
Did Dahlia get it back after the suicide? I don't know.
It's the same tattoo. Yeah, it's the Shishito.
Shishito.
Feet? Shit, there it is. Shichishito, the treasured Korean village heirloom whose name means seven-branched sword. It's said that the sacred sword represents life itself. I'm not doing this case today.
You gotta call it early?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Probably.
Sure, sure, sure.
Rabbit. Huh? Oh my god. Edgeworth grew his hair out.
That's not Edgeworth.
I know.
Yeah, how did, like, Dahlia got back the necklace? That's what I want to know.
We can assume that she probably, like, took it from him. Actually, okay, wait, let's think about it. So, he is arrested and brought to the court. He said there was something precious. If we can't trust each other anymore, if we can't trust each other, drink it, right? So he went and got it from the tree, went back to his car at 4:30. The body is in the trunk. He starts driving off, and right after first before he drives off, he talked to Valerie, and we don't know what Valerie said because they never disclosed it, right? But she took the photo, and then he leaves, and then he gets arrested 30 minutes later. So he's got it in his possession still. Then, because he's caught, he's now being tried for the murder. But he's like, what the fuck? I didn't murder Valerie. So then that brings us to the case, blah, blah, blah. He's just hanging out. I don't know why the fuck the officers don't check him for weapons or anything, because clearly the guy had the necklace and they didn't confiscate it. But that's neither here nor there. We're not here to pick flaws in this very clearly flawed game. He has the necklace on him, and it isn't until we bring him to the witness stand that he then decides, I can't trust myself, so he drinks it right then and there. And so I guess at some point she must have taken the necklace from him, but I don't know where.
The entire courthouse witnessed that he died after drinking the bottle, right?
Yeah. He drank
And
that bottle.
So wouldn't that bottle be confiscated?
I guess.
Immediately?
Yeah, maybe she stole the bottle from. I don't really know, but she ends up giving it to Phoenix, and they forget about it completely.
I guess. Maybe she did steal it at some point and had to give it to Phoenix to hide it.
There's another hole in this story, though.
Mm.
Why did she put poison in a bottle and put it behind a tree? I guess he put So did she have him wear the necklace to begin with then? Because he said
I'll
he
be
put
real.
something precious to him under the tree. Like, why?
That necklace thing came out of nowhere.
It really did. It really did. Like, so he had the necklace. It was precious to him, so he put it under the tree, and then he retrieved it, and then it's so weird. They just really wanted to bring that back for some reason.
Yeah. And apparently, Phoenix ate the entire necklace. Not the liquid, because there's no liquid inside. He ate the entire
chewed it
necklace.
up and ate it, but there was no poison left. There's no poison left because Terry drank it all. He took the fall.
That would imply. That's so funny. So there's no residue on the bottle.
Pretty much, because so remember that we were gonna say, like, I hope Maya drinks some poison. What up, bunnies? Nothing much. Remember when we were gonna test the bottle to see if the bottle had poison in it, and Phoenix is like, no! So he ate it. If Phoenix didn't eat it, then we would have tested the necklace for poison and see that there's no poison in it, and we would have lost that case.
Okay, that's funny.
That would imply that, thanks to Terry, we have Phoenix right games. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I didn't like that case. There were too many open-ended contradictions. Like, they're supposed to... It's not easy to write things in such a way that there's only one contradiction that the player can choose. But in that case, there were several. Like, several contradictions. So, that was a really
Either-
open-ended
honestly-
case.
Either there should be like multiple lines for like for like multiple evidence in one testimony. I mean, one testimony, right?
Hmm.
Or they should have been like case 3. Remember the fake Phoenix? That one was very straightforward. And honestly, I'm fine with that.
Also, can we talk about how, like, showing the diamond as a motive is such a weak piece of evidence? Like, you wanted the 2 million. It's like, okay, she could have split it with her sister. Like, she could have just split it with her sister. I don't know.
Okay,
For
can I say
jumping.
something? I said this to Scorsese, and I talked about this really.
Sure.
I like Gotham as a prosecutor,
Mhm.
and I started to think that Edgeworth is the most annoying prosecutor because he brings like irrelevant stuff.
He does, yeah, he does.
It's like, oh, if if the murder weapon is not here, then where is it? And some dumb stuff like that. Where's the white scarf? Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing, is like, so then why did she wear a blue scarf? I'm confused.
Edgeworth just makes things so complicated and stretches out. Yeah, no, I kind of dislike Edgeworth.
Does that
as
mean that the blue scarf was fabricated evidence on Edgeworth's part? I'm actually
think
I'm genuinely curious about that, because if she was supposed to wear a white scarf, whether it was Dahila or whether it was Valerie, it doesn't matter who it was that met up with him. Why weren't they wearing a white scarf?
I think it was fabricated.
Because it also probably should not have been muddy, right? Unless the scarf really fell? Wait, that case didn't even fucking resolve correctly! We don't even get to find out about the scarf! What the fuck?
Alright. They didn't even talk about, like, the death of the sister.
Okay, Terry said
mean,
that
like-
they talked and they left. So how did the scarf fall? If Terry is telling the truth, then they didn't fight, and if they didn't fight, the scarf did not fall out, right? All Edgeworth is doing is forcing you to have a solid ground to stand on, just so there's a 100% guaranteed chance that the witness is the culprit, but doing it in the most annoying way possible.
Okay, so I think I understand.